What's going on, guys? My name is Taylor, or Captain Obvious, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a very complicated Easter egg type deal. How to get all the staffs and an achievement. I forget what the achievement's called, but it's worth 30 G's on Xbox. But anyways, the first part, what you have to do is collect all these music discs and collect the 3 parts to the staffs for each music disc. So, first of all, I'm going to be going over the ice staff. Now, the first music disc for the ice staff can either be on that table that I'm just looking at, it can be right there where it actually is, right there I just picked it up, or it can be to my right on that bookshelf against the wall that I just looked at. So now what you're going to do for the ice things is to get the actual staff parts, you're just going to dig in random places. If you don't know how to get a shovel and dig, you can look up one of my other videos. It tells you how to get a shovel and how to like dig things up. But it's going to be random. You just need to keep digging things up until finally you start getting pieces. As you can see, I got one piece there. My friend in the distance, you can see him right there. He'll dig up another piece on the left right there. I'm looking at him. He goes back, digs up that, and boom, another part is there. He picks that one up, so now we have 2 of them. And the third one was really random. We were just getting clusterfucked by zombies, and so I ran around and I saw this dirt pile, picked it up, and just happened to get the 3rd part. So there we go. That's all 3 parts of the ice one. The next one I'm going on to is the fire one. The CD for this one can either be in the actual church on the bleachers, up here next to generator 6, or it can be downstairs. You have to move the tank. For the first part of the actual staff on the fire staff, you need to kill this guy, Big Daddy, for the first time. Once you kill him, he will drop the one part of the staff, and that will allow you to get yourself rolling. You can get one part of the staff done like that. The second part of the staff that you get is when you power on the 6th generator. It opens up the chest next to you, and the the second part of the fire staff comes out of the chest. And so if you need, I know this is going really fast, guys, but it's actually like really hard to explain everything, but I'm doing my best. So if you need anything repeated, just rewind the video, and I think I'm doing an okay job of explaining things. But anyway, so that popped up out of the chest. The next thing that's going to pop up is when you shoot down this plane, this yellow plane that's flying around after you've activated all 6 generators. You just got to shoot it down, and as you can see, it only takes 1 shot. You just have to be careful with your aiming, and then it'll go down, it'll fall to the ground, it'll fall down in the same spot every single time. So where it falls down, you might ask? Well, if you go to the excavation site, you go down like you're heading towards generators 1, 2, and 3, you take a right like you're heading to Juggernaut, and it falls in between these 2 blockades of the actual trench. So the next staff we're going to be looking at is the electricity staff. Now, to get this CD, you need to go to the Juggernaut section. It can either be next to the Wonder Wap, not the Wonder Wap, but whatever that is on that table, that random perk machine, or it can be downstairs inside the actual tunnel system right here on top of that, and that's where that one can be. Then we're going to look at the parts, which these parts are really easy to find. You just have to take the tank and jump off at certain locations. The first location is halfway down the way on the first path that the tank takes. As it's heading towards generator 2 from generator 6, you jump off about halfway onto that platform, run down there, grab that part. The second part is about halfway up, going the other way towards generator 6 from generator 2. You jump about halfway near the excavation site, you run down in here, and you can pick up that part of the staff. The third and final part of the electricity staff is when you're heading up back towards the starting point at generator 6. It's right before you park in the garage. It's up on this ledge. You need to just time it perfectly. This is probably one of the harder ones, and you time it and you just run off and you jump over onto that ledge. Then you can come up into the church from the backside. This is the only way to get in, and you can grab that part. So there you go. You have the 3 parts for the electricity. The last staff is the wind. So to get the wind staff, it's a bit more difficult. The 3 places that the music disc can be, all 3 places are inside this area. One is to the right there on those boxes that I just passed. One is on the ledge to the right. Now it's my left. It's on the other side of that generator. And the last part is under here on this table. So those are 3 spots for the wind disc. And once you have that, you don't actually have to get the disc first. I'm just showing you the disc first for all these staffs. This is the hardest, or not the hardest, but it's one of the most challenging because you have to time it right. You have to figure out, these giants will be walking at you. You have to figure out which foot is lit up on the bottom. And as you can see here, I see lights coming out of the bottom of the foot, not the front, because both feet have front. And what you need to do is, as the foot is stepping on you with the lights, you shoot it so it opens up the light door. He will step on you, you will get teleported into the actual robot, and you will see a part in front of you. And from there, you can just exit the robot, or you can listen to the audio log. But to exit the robot, you just go to the back of it and you hit X on one of those 4 pods. You get launched out of the air, and you're back to where you started. But anyways, so then the second one, you have to make sure you do it on all 3 robots. If you do the same robot 3 times, it will not work. You have to figure out, see that one, I can see that the lights are on the right side. I had to figure that one out, took me a little bit. And then it's gonna come on top of me. I shoot it a few times, it opens up, and then it drops down, and I get teleported up to the top once again. So once I'm up there, there's the second part, and you can just exit out the back door or play the audio log. It's completely up to you. The third one is, of course, next to the church. The 3 robots that storm by are by generators 1 and 2, generators 5 and 4, and then, of course, generator 6 is the last one. This one is easier. You just have to wait for the light to actually appear under this foot, because there's only one spot that it can go. You can actually do it at the back of the church, but I find that's actually a lot harder. So I would just recommend sticking to the front of the church when you're trying to get inside that robot. Anyways, that's the last of all of the staffs. Now you have all the parts. I did my getting all the staff parts a little out of order, but once you have that, you need to go get the 2 audiograph parts. So if you had taken a left there at that T, you would have seen a disc, a white disc on top of a little ledge. It's right to my left there as I passed that little T there at the beginning, or it can either be at that ledge that I passed, or you can come up here and it can be in this wheelbarrow over here to the left. And you saw me just pack a punch the weapon really quick right there, but the audiograph can be to my left over here. You pick it up there, and that is a white audiograph, which opens up the main door. Then you have to come down into the main section underneath the excavation site and pick up that musical part, which is a record player, I'm assuming, or some sort of variant of a record player. It starts with a G in game, but I forget what it is. But anyways, once you have those 2 parts, you only need 2 for this thing. You just place the audiograph, the record player, and it's the gramophone, that's what it's called, and the white disc on this. And then all of a sudden, you will hear a little bit trembling. The box will fly up, as you will see right there, and the stairs will start to lower. Now this is really one of the cooler Easter eggs out of all of the zombies maps I've ever seen. It's honestly really, really entertaining and really fun to do. So once you've done that, you can run down to the bottom and you will see the staff placement thing. So that's where you build the staffs. Now, the next hard part that you have to do is you have to actually get the individual elements. Now to do that, you need to go to the respective tunnels that house each element. There's 4 tunnels scattered around the map. 1 is underneath generator 5, 1 is here next to the starting room, 1 is up by generator 6, and 1 is down by generator 4. And now each one has its own respective element. This one by 1 is fire, the one by generator 6 is ice, the one by generator 5 is electricity, and the one by generator 4, or juggernaut, is wind. So now replay that in your mind, or just replay that whole video segment if you want a recap on what that I just said. But anyways, so once you've built that doorway, you just place the gramophone on once you have your CD, and it'll open up this door. You can come in here and grab that part. Only one part will be open at a time. As you can see, there's an electricity off to my left, and there's ice over to my right, but you can only pick up one at a time. You have to go through each individual door separately. So that makes it take a little bit extra time, even though you can actually get to each one through here. You can't access each gem unless you go through the specific door. Now, another thing that you need to do, you need to get all of those, so just go through each respective door until you have each one, but you can only have one element on your person at a time. So each of your players can have their own element on them, but you specifically can only have one of an element. And now you can build a staff, leave it there, go back, get another element, build a second staff. But you guys can experiment on that once you have figured out how to do this. So now that you have the last part, you have all of your elements, you have them all done. The last part is actually building the staff itself. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run back to the excavation site with all the parts of your staff, with your CD, and with your element that you have up in the top left. And you're going to want to run all the way back down to the bottom where you opened up this secret chamber, and you're going to want to build your staff in its respective spot. You can easily tell which one's which. The right one's fire, electricity, etc. So you build this. It's just like any other buildable machine, and it's really, really simple. And once you've built all 4 into it, you will get an achievement that states playing with power 30 Gs. There you go, guys. That's the achievement. These are the staffs. Each player can have their own staff. You can only wield 1 staff at once, and no, they cannot be pack-a-punch. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this commentary. If you did, please make sure to leave it a like. This took a ton of effort to do, but you can see the different staffs going off right there. Personally, I feel that the wind staff is the best up until round 18, where electricity takes over. But as you can see what the wind staff does right here. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new, because I have a ton of Origins content out that not many people do, including a Super Punch Easter egg, which is really, really cool. So go check those videos on my channel, guys. My name's been Taylor. I'm sorry if this was confusing. Rewatch it if you have questions, or leave a comment, and I will try to respond to them all. But anyways, my name's been Taylor, and I will talk to you all later. Peace out, guys.